API. So you do that here as well. It's very straightforward. Then if you are doing files upload, you upload the file from here, but you have to put in the file part. So because you're doing it on your local, you see the way it copied the file. Like when you go to your file manager, you copy the parts and you put it here and it goes. So you first to add, then copy the URL, you paste it, then you run your request. Now for today's session, now that was we did that last week, and that's like the very basic thing when it comes to JMeter. But there are other things like things that makes your work very easy. So if I want to go through the website and I really don't have the time to start putting in this request, right? Because it's a lot. It's literally a lot. So what do I do? There is a function in JMeter called the recording controller. I don't know if you're still with me, please use the emoji, right? I know we're going into a serious section, so there might not be a lot of jokes and stuff. So if you need to drag me back, please do that. If you're using Mac, it's the same process. It's just the installation and everything that's kind of different. Yeah, so let's I think let's open a new file. So the first thing we're going to be doing is that we're going to try to create a test plan, a test script without using a template. Then we're going to try to use a template and see which one works. Do we want to use a template first, or do we want us to? So this is a vote. Like, please, if you want to use the template, right? Let me see your emoji. If you want us to use your fingers, your thumbs up. If you want us to use the if you want us to go through the route of the template first, thumbs up. If you want us to create from scratch first, let's see the congratulation emoji. Which one? This is a class, so let's three congratulations, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The congratulation people have it. You people have won. It's okay now. You people should calm down. It's okay. You people have won it. There's no competition here. All right. Okay. So we're going to try recording from scratch, right? So first thing first, you must have created a proxy. Then let's try using two websites. So you go to Chrome and let's use Orange HR demo. Um, so for those that are also following, so that's Orange HR type demo, HRM demo. Yes. No, type it again and put demo. See it there. Yes. See the. Yep. Yes. Yep. Then let's try also to use Blaze demo. So blazedemo.com. So just type blazedemo.com. right now though, your orange HRM is kind of open. It's working well. Your Blaze demo is working well because you're not using demo. But when we start using demo the proxy, it might cause a little bit of like issue. So let's go to our JMeter first. So we'll go to the JMeter first, then we set it up. So let's call this one demo without W/O. No, just use slash O so that when we're using the template, no, W/O. Okay. So now when you go to your test plan, right? We said that our test plan is like our house, that it hosts, or if you want to use compound, it hosts a lot of things in it, right? So first thing first, you can do your configuration. So the configuration, let's go to, I know we didn't talk about configuration. So let's do configuration. Right click, then go to configuration. So let's do config element. Please, if you are following and I'm too fast, call me back. We're going to use the HTTP request default. Request default. Now, so this class we're doing is just for beginners. It makes it very easy for you. You don't need to do a lot. Just go through the video, look at it, then you'll be fine. So now what HTTP request default does anybody know what HTTP request default does? Again, what it does is that you just put it in your HTTP request default. So when you put it for every other request, is going to take hold of your HTTP request default. So it's going to take the server name. It's going to first get there, pick the server name. So it's going to check in your HTTP default. Is there anything there? If there's something there, then it picks it up. So you don't need to go to your normal HTTP request and start picking it manually. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So all it does is that it picks the data from your HTTP request default. That's what it does. So that's what your configuration does. So the other config elements, you can use your user defined variables. There are other config elements. So for this, we're not going to use a lot. We're just going to use the HTTP request default. You can read up on other and you can try playing around with it, playing around with the other ones. So next thing, we have a structure. We're going to use test plan, config element, thread. So let's do the thread group. So right click and you click on thread. No, go to your test plan. Yes. So remember we said in our thread group, that's where we add the number of users and we put a ramp up time and everything. So before now, they should have already have a discussion. You already know what how many users you want to use, 100, how you want to go about the users. Um, do you want if there's an error, do you want to continue or you want to pause? And you want to stop the thread, stop test? Like you should already know what you're planning for. So you could always read up on that. But because of time, we're going to try and just show us the basic because we spend like a lot of time going through the basics. So now after doing so, remember this format, right? I would say jot it down so that you remember, even if you don't have to go through the video. You do your config elements, you do your thread group, right? Now, after thread group, we're going to do what we call the non-test element. Now, this is where the non-test element comes into play. So go to your demo without at the go and click on non-test elements. Yes. So under non-test elements at the end of the, no, not that. Scroll down, yeah, non-test elements. You see test script recorder. We're using test script recorder. Yes. So when you go to your test script recorder, what do? You see the port is already here. You have the 888 and all that. Then, so another thing, when you go to your thread group, you need to put the record controller. So keep this in mind. Config elements, thread group, and HTTP test script recorder. So now right click on your thread group. Let's add another element. So we're going to add the logic controller. Scroll down, you see a recording, no, logic controller. To go, you see recording controller. Scroll down, you see recording controller. No, you're using runtime. Remove, yes, remove. Let's try that again. Recording controller, recording. Yep. Finally, we've gotten recording controller. So go to your thread group. So we're going to add our listener. We're going to just use the simple listener tree, right? We're not going to do a lot. So go to the listener. Let's add view result tree. So we're adding it to the thread group and to the test scripts recorder. Add it to your test script recorder as well. The listener. Yes. Okay, so yeah, you can use a random timer, right? So when they mean random timer, right? You can add a timer. The timer is how long should it go? Like, yeah, some people use random, some people use uniform. You're just trying to, how would I say? You're trying to think about how your users would behave. Would they use uniform or they won't use uniform? For some application, that they are going to use, maybe it's going to be random. So you think about random. You can read up on timer. There is video just to get clarity video or something. It talks about, he explained in detail most of these elements, right? That I would not have time to do that. So you can sit down and like listen to the videos and get, okay, when can I use random timer or when can I use uniform timer? But if you know that you don't even have the time, one thing I've learned to use, and I know all of us who are using it now, is using AIs, right? I would just type in the AI. This is what I'm trying to test. I'm trying to do a performance test on e-commerce website. What feature am I trying to test? I'm trying to test maybe the settings feature. What timer should I use? Should I use the uniform or should I use the random? There are different timers. So it's going to tell you, okay, on JMeter, you can give it a prompt of saying, as a software tester trying to carry out a performance test on an e-commerce website for a particular settings feature, maybe change password name. What timer would you recommend and the reason right? So we can choose to add uniform timer in this. At the go, let's add a uniform timer. So go to HTTPS test script recorder and go to timer. Yes, let's use that uniform random timer. You can see that different timer. There's the constant one, there's the poison one, so you can read up on it. And based on the application you're working with, you use the timer. So you might not have this at the back of your head, but just type it on AI and it will recommend the some list of timer, then you pick the the one you like. Okay, yeah, so this is how it works and this is good, right? So now this structure, I hope we can remember it. Hi Vincent, your hand is up.
Yeah, thanks. Please, can you take that timer thing again? I don't know. Thanks.
Okay, and you go do the timer for, okay, you remove it and add it back. Yeah.
All right,
Are we
thanks.
good now? Okay,
Yeah.
we're good, percent. Now, so this would just generate like a random timer for your site. So this is basically the structure when you're doing recording, very straightforward. Now, the reason why you might choose to do recording is that it saves you time. And if you are doing it you can use this same format for both API and web, both API and web. So you don't need to stress yourself to say, oh, I want to change. It's the same format. The port is already, the prosy is already there, 888. You can choose to change it. But me, I don't even bother myself to change it because I remember it's 888. So I use it across. But I don't know if you have Postman already installed on your system, not the web version. So this will not work with the web version. It would only work if you have Postman already installed for the API. So as I said, it's the same process, right? You don't need to stress yourself. Um, I don't know if this will disconnect at the room when we try to do this. Okay. So go to your settings. I can see your system. I can see your system.
Yeah, sorry, please. So if we are trying to switch to proxy, I might get disconnected.
Yes, I just realized that now.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's do the postman one first. Then the one for let's do the postman first. Let's see how it will work. Yeah, so go to your settings on postman. Do you have any dummy? You have practice for API. Is it a dummy one? Okay, we can use this. Try to run this particular request. Just send the request. Let's see. Okay, it works, right? So we can see that it's working. Now we're going to connect it to Prosy, then we'll see how it works. So you click on the settings. When you connect it to Prosy, it would not work. So click on settings. Setting is beside invites. I think go. Yeah, click on settings. Please, if you're trying to do it with your website, you might get disconnected for okay, this Prosy, you see Prosy. Okay, then go to go on the yes, toggle it on. Then put local host, type in local host, then change 80 to 888. Okay, then that's all. Close it and try sending the request again. Now, this is how you know that. Yep. So you can see that it's not working, right? Because we've turned on processing. So let's go to our JMeter. Please, if you're lost and you want me to go back, just tell me. This is the easiest. So when you go back to your JMeter, click on test script. Hi, Esther.
Okay, please, can you really explain what that proxy is about?
Okay, so what you are trying to connect, you're trying to put both your JMeter and your Postman on the same server. That's what it does. Because both of them, like, they're not on the same server right now. So when you put local host, this one is taking it as 88. The port is 888. So they are both on the same port. That's the only way they can get connected. But if they're on separate ports, they would not really get connected. Like it's like it's like when you make a phone call, right? You're calling your sister or something. You if you try calling somebody that is not using WhatsApp, or the person say, oh, I'm using both team, it will not work. You just like, oh yes, like the best scenario is FaceTime. Before now, Android users could not FaceTime with iPhone users, right? Because that application was only working on iPhone, correct? But now because they don't have the same, they don't have that, they cannot work because they're not, it's not iPhone to iPhone, it's Android to iPhone. Even when you're trying to share pictures or anything with iPhone with Android users, because they are not using that the normal sharing method, it will not work. So that's what happens when you're doing proxy. You need to put these two systems on the same port to be able to make use of it. So 888 is what they are listening to. So if they listen, oh, this person is on 888, oh, I'm on 888. Oh, it works, right? So that's what the proxy does. Now, and try calling somebody that is not MTN with that free. It will not work because they're not on the same network. When they're not using the same network, so they need to use the same network to be able to work. Now, if we do this now, you'll see how seamless it works. Anything when it's sent to the first one, go to the view result tree. Now there's nothing here when it's sent to the first one. Now when we run this recording, let's go to our Postman. Go to Postman now. Send you. Wait, did that stuff start? I didn't see anything. No, it's still, yeah. Okay, then send it again. system, it might be very slow, like might take a longer period of time to load and everything. Can we see that the same thing result he got 3/5? So he called this one user list. Can you we can clean that first one. Um edit the transaction name, sorry, to create users. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, so you can stop it. Let's go to now. Try to send it again. Try send it again on Postman. Try to send it again on Postman. See? Now, because we disconnected it from the proxy, from the network, the ports that we're using, so they're like on the same port now. So you can go back, please, whenever you're doing performance testing and you put your, because some people now will be wondering, this request was working before, why is it not working? What's going on? They've forgotten that they changed their ports. Always remember to go back and do what? Change the port. So go back, turn it off, and send your request again. It should work fine. Now, for performance testing, you always test positive scenario because your functional testing would have taken care of that. But there are some negative scenarios like you might want to test. For example, let's say you're blocking the system from carrying out some security functions. You might want to test that users, but that's just by the way. So if you go to the JMeter now, you should see, go to your view JMeter. How you go? Can you go to the JMeter? Can anybody hear me so that I can be sure? Okay, thank you, Babalola. Thank you, I know. Okay, thank you. I think I did go have some issues. You can hear me. So you can go back to your JMeter, right? When you go back to your JMeter, if you go to the view result, Adigo, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Don't mind it. Don't mind it.
Okay. So go to your JMeter now. Can you hear me? I said go to your JMeter. I will let Postman. Okay, JMeter. Okay, so if you click the view result tree, click on the view result tree. Yeah, can you see? They're both positive, right? That's where you get negative and all that. Then now we did two view result tree, right? This first result tree is for when we're recording it. It's for under the HTTP test scripts recorder. It's just to show that it's positive. Now if you go to the recording controller, expand it. Can you expand it? Now you would see, yeah, expand it again. Now you will see the uniform random timer, and yeah, can you see it? You would see that. So you see, now you can see that there is, if you click on the view, yes, it will pick the paths. So the HTTP request, it will pick the paths and all that, right? It will pick the paths. Now, if we've added this create users API, whatever, to the request default, right? It will not repeat it in this it will not repeat it in the server name. Now, because this is what I was trying to explain, because our default is kind of different from what we are recording, so it is going to add it to the server name. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Let me repeat it again. If I add www.google. Did we add anything in the request default? Go to the default, let's see. Okay, we didn't add anything. So if we've added something here, right, to the HTTP, like to the protocol and the server name, added it, it will HTTP request. What it will repeat is just the path. It will just repeat the path, right? It's not going to repeat every other thing that we're doing. It's not going to repeat it in the other HTTP requests. So that's one way of just typing it in, but sometimes you might not need it if you're going to be doing different things. Now you can add different thread group. You can add 2 or 3 thread groups and use your HTTP test script recorder again. So let's add another test group. But in this test group, we're going to add assertions. Now in your assertions, you can change it up just to test it. So let's add the thread group. You can drag it up. You can rename this thread group and just say put to, or anything you want to rename it as. Then you can add the recording controller view result tree. No, okay. Okay, add the recording controller. Okay, we're good, right? So let's go to the HTTP test script recorder. It's not like, so if you go to your HTTP test script, no, go to your test script recorder. Now let's scroll, let's look for target controller. Click on target controller, the field. See, scroll up under your test plan creation. You see target controller. Yes, click on it. Now the target controller helps you to pick a particular controller. You know, we've created 2 test group right now. We've created the first one and created the second one. We're using the second one, the one with controller.
Yeah, I think our network is currently bad. So let's just wait for she'll be back soon. Just in a few minutes.
Hope you are getting everything. Like you are getting a hang of what she's teaching us. I guess our network went bad, so we just have to wait while she'll come back online. So Adigun, while we wait for her, can you like do a rundown of from where she started to like now, what you understand from what she has been teaching you using your screen? Can you assist us with that?
All right. So you having a variable that is having different houses in it. So just different samplers whereby you can use them run whatever you want to run. So then just with the second one with the HTTP request default, it helps to carry out other let's say maybe test other endpoints, just like the one we did with Postman. Just I think someone is using them.
One, can you like increase your font a bit?
Okay. I've done that.
Okay, you have done it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go. Go ahead.
So then the one with the recording controller. So I think we added the view result tree to it, whereby every endpoint while we're recording, actually recorded. So before now, we're not having all of the uniform random time, the HTTP header manager, and the rest here. So moving forward to that. So this test script recorder helped us in doing all of those recording. Immediately you click on start because you get started, and then the one with the uniform random times helps with the timer. So I think we were stuck at the one with demo with O2. So that's just that.
Adigo, I have a question.
Okay, go on with your question.
My question is, can you show us JMeter again, please?
Can I show you what?
JMeter.
Okay.
Prior to sending the postman request, did you have HTTP test script recorder and everything at the bottom?
That's the one with the two, or the one at the top.
Initially, when you
Okay.
created the JMeter script, you had
Okay.
demo, WO, HTTP request default, the thread
Yeah.
group, recording
Okay.
controller, and
Okay.
view result tree.
Okay.
Then you went to Postman and
Okay.
sent a request.
No, no. Before we sent our request, we went to settings to set proxy. So this will not work without proxy, without you setting your proxy. So and then once you toggle it on, there's always the proxy server code. I think we have it here. So just the port as 84 places. So once you toggle it on, you give this a local host name, the 8 here. So once you're done with that, you go back and then you click on start. So once you start, of course, you see a model that will come up at the top left. So you just give it a name. So it's very ideal when you're just like for this endpoint, it's a post request. So if you don't send it before you send this endpoint and the model comes up here, it is very ideal that you give it a name. So when you give it a name, any name you want to give to it. So once you do that, you send your request. If you want to do a get request also, you still have that model there. So of course you can just go ahead to change the name. So once you change the name and send again. So but once you're done, one thing that will happen is if it is just like what you said, you come to your settings again to the proxy, you turn it off, and just try it out again, just to see that yes, so it is still working. So, and then I think we're facing a bit of stuff the other time, little issue, whereby after setting the proxy, we were not able. I clicked on start the start button, so it did not run. So probably due to network or something, I can't still remember, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So over to you, the the moderator. Over to you. Hello, Faith, are you there? Can anyone hear me? Please.
Yes, we can hear you, Adiko.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Adigo. Thank you. I'm on a call with Mary. That was why I couldn't talk when you were talking to me. So she's having difficulty joining back the call, but trying to see how she can get in. Okay. So you can go ahead with what you're doing.
Now I'm
Okay.
done with what I'm doing. So I
You're
think
done.
Mary is the one, yeah, taking us. So, but there's just this other two that she might probably mention later. So to save yourself at times with all of this, we always want to have a narrow escape to everything. All of the creating HTTP. So there's this tool called Blaze Meter. So this is it here. Can we still see my screen? Hello? Okay, thank you. So there's this tool here called Blaze Meter that you can also use. It's also a recorder. So with Blaze Meter, you don't get to, I think you can run, but there's a limit where you can run to. So it's a platform where you need to negotiate the pricing to get a robust features and then other things to use. So with Blaze Meter, you can just interact with probably you want to carry out the functional performance testing then from the login page, just like what I've forgotten now. Okay, Francisca also showed us. So you can just go to the recorder once you record once when you're recording along the line. Let's say you carry out performance testing on your login page. You give it a name, login. You just put it there, login. Once you get to your dashboard and you want to, of course, interact with some things there, you, you give that a name also, dashboard. Probably you want to make payments, you want to send uh, money for paper in the market and some other things. So after doing that, you get okay. Let me just. I don't want to take a space. So let me just explain. I hope everyone will be able to understand. So you get to save your file to a JMX file. So from there, you can, after doing all of those things, you can import it to your, what's it called, to JMeter. So all of the sampler, the listener, the result tree, whatever you want to create. So BlazeMeter has created them already. So I think what you need to add would be just that. You need to add the view result tree and some few things. So with there, you can just go ahead to. So you can also use it to to run your API to. So you can try out BlazeMeter. It's very nice and cool. Thank
All
you,
right,
everyone.
you go. Can you hear me? All right. So Mary, are you here?
Faith, I think there's a sound back from your end.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Good. Do we have Mary on the call now?
Tessa Kota, can you hear me? I'm on
No,
StreamYard.
no, she's not
I
the
can
call.
hear. Yes. Welcome. Welcome. We can hear you.
No, Mary, I don't think Mary is speaking.
I am. Can you hear me, Adigun?
I can hear you loud and clear.
I can't hear. Can every other person hear
Can you
Mary, please?
confirm if you can hear Mary?
Please. Just make sure we signify.
Hello, can
Can
anybody hear
anyone hear
me?
Mary?
No, we can't hear her.
Okay. Just a moment, please. All right. Adigun. Continue what you're doing.
With what I was doing, I wanted doing more, but I don't want to. Mary is in charge of the performance system.
Yes, you can actually continue because if you're unable to get Mary on the call,
Wait,
then
can you hear me, Faith?
we
Can
still
you hear
we
me?
still have to
I
discuss.
can hear I can hear you both, but I don't know if you can hear me.
Maybe I can hear you, but the other people cannot hear you.
I think I can hear Mary, but it's actually flinty.
Yes, that is
Okay,
it.
it's faint.
Yes.
Okay, Mary, you might need to speak up. Oh, they said they can hear you.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear?
So I
Continue.
think
It's
I
like
know what
you'll
is
be the one
happening.
take over because
It's what you
you can hear me.
Maybe I think what is happening is that it's your voice from my system is filtering into my phone that I'm using to talk to you. So that's why they can hear you faintly. So, but they are not hearing you directly from StreamYard.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
Okay, let Adegun
Adigun,
continue.
please just
Let Adegun.
yes, Adigun, please continue. While we fix this.
Okay. Let me try to join again. Meet maybe to allow me.
Like I lost you people. The network is kind of bad. Yes, okay, thank you, Isabella. Please continue. While we wait for Mary. Thank you. Is that good there? Adigun. Is Adigun like Adigun? Can you hear me? You unmute yourself because Guys, notice you're talking, but I can't hear you. Okay, I think I can hear you now. All right. Maybe, but she's unable to join. She has tried joining with more than like one email, but she's still unable to join yet. So, um, so this is what we'll do. Mary is on StreamYard, but hope I'm not repeating. Like, can you hear me very well?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
I hear
Okay,
you
I
loud
hear
and clear. Let's see.
We can hear you.
you. All right, thank you. So, everybody, we apologize for the network issue. For now, Mary has been unable to join, and I think we lost. Okay, Adigun is still here. Adigun, please confirm that you can continue with this lecture. Adigun, can anyone hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. Adigun, please confirm that you can continue with this lecture. Mary has been unable to join. Is Adigun there? All right, while we wait for Adigun to confirm, I just want to, our CMD sent in a message that we'll be having like a roundtable to round up the year. We are going to be having a roundtable discussion. That's next week on Saturday. So more information about that will be passed across to us through the community on Slack. So let's just watch out for more information on that. I will just mute my mic right now and to speak. If you can continue with this training, we would, but if not, I would come back with information for you. I apologize once again, but let me just reach out to her and let's see how to take it from here. Thank you. All right, thank you everybody for staying tuned till this moment. We apologize for the break in transmission and for all the glitches that we experienced. I would communicate with Mary if she has a resource for us to watch on this, but would have to wrap this up right now.